Farrell on it again, deep one around the back, Quinn there's the Frenchman goal! It's Andrew Quinn, the underdogs bare their teeth and show their fight in this cup final. Drogheda United strike first.
Welcome to the We Are the Drogs podcast, a Drogheda United fans podcast, proudly sponsored by the Coffee Box.
Hello and welcome to the We Are the Drogs podcast, episode number 17, and I'm joined as usual by Richie and Owen. How are we doing, chaps?
Very good, lads.
Yeah, not too bad.
Good stuff. So I was debating what to do here, whether to get sucked straight into the misery or talk about something positive beforehand. What do you reckon?
I'd go positive.
Yeah, no, I was thinking. I know. Look, I can't let it go without kind of mentioning I know obviously the World Cup's on, and Pico Lopez yesterday playing for Cape Verde. I was messaging you two. I don't know whether you were watching it, but it was just phenomenal. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I just got to see the last 10 minutes of it. I was away for the day playing golf, so I didn't get to see it, but yeah, I seen the last 10 minutes. It was a brilliant story, isn't it?
So you actually seen the couple of Cape Verde chances towards the end?
Yeah, and the block. I seen his block.
Oh man, swear to God, Richie, you did that for 90 minutes.
Yeah, so Evan was saying. Evan was watching it here. He said it was unreal. He said he just played out of his skin. He was man of the match.
Yeah, between him and the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's 40 years of age, plays in the second division of Portugal, and he was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, it's brilliant to see. I know I listened to a lot of interviews the last week or two there. Pico, he seems a good guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, apart from the fact he's a Rovers cunt, I mean, yeah, definitely he does.
We'll not hold that against him.
Not for the next couple of
weeks. I was just going to call him a Rovers cunt, but look.
Sorry, Owen, I stole your glory there. Oh well.
Fair play to him,
yeah. No, I suppose, look, when obviously we've no skin in the game with Ireland not being there, he's he's kind of representing the League of Ireland to a degree. He really is, because I watched it on RTE now, and they were obviously singing his praises because there was loads of sort of articles on RTE News and Virgin Media and people out in his gaff out in is it Crumlin he's from, wherever. But I mean, as far as I know, the ITV, Ange Postecoglou and all them were absolutely raving about him. They were saying he was unbelievable, and how his story, like playing with John McGraw was in the League of Ireland, and the whole thing about him getting contacted on LinkedIn and didn't speak Portuguese, so he left it sitting there for 9 months without even reading it, and they messaged him back again, and then he ended up Google translating it, and it was an offer to come and play for Cape Verde. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it is. And I tell you what it is doing is, I know you said we've no skin in the game, but it's highlighting the League of Ireland, isn't it?
Massively.
It's bringing that into the spotlight, because I was watching a few videos of I think Gary Lineker has a podcast at the minute on Netflix.
Yeah, I watched some of it, yeah.
Yeah, and Shearer was on it, and he'd Harry Maguire, and you're talking about it, and they mentioned the League of Ireland. So
deadly. It's great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was even laughing. I think I texted you saying it was a fucking Conor Keeley / Paul McGrath-esque performance by him, because they were fucking under their cosh. I mean, Spain had all the ball, but Spain were just toothless. I mean, passing it forward and back and sideways, and just there was no penetration there whatsoever. And any time they did get in, the keeper just stood up and made brilliant save, and Pico and the other centre half were just getting their bodies in the line. It was phenomenal. When you look at the environment he plays in, week out. I know obviously he plays in Tala and it's a half decent stadium, but the League of Ireland as a whole, and then to go there and play, well, I think it was in Atlanta, Georgia, and in that stadium in front of that amount of people against Spain, I don't think. Yeah, maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion a little bit, I don't know, but I just thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a massive story, so it is. It is amazing as you stop and think about it.
Yeah, big time. Anyway, look, we'll be calling them a bollocks now in a month's time, so I wish them all the best for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, other slightly more positive news. The phase 3 of the Northern Cross route got the funding. However more millions that is. And I know the phase 2 is kind of underway already, and that's where the stadium's going to be. But obviously I think we needed phase 3 to get the funding before we could go ahead and try and start any kind of a build or even look towards applying for whatever grants we're looking for, because I don't think you could have built it without phase 3 going ahead. So that's massive.
Yeah, good news, isn't it? You probably know a little bit more on it, yeah.
Well, not a whole lot, but I was just reading today as well. There's going to be a road closure at that. I'm not exactly sure which. I think it's just off Newtown Cross, because they're building the roundabout, and it's, as far as I know, the stadium's just going to be off that roundabout. So that's, as I said, that's happening now in August. So just hopefully we hear something from the club soon enough with a bit of progress.
So would it be right in saying, and that's opposite where the new graveyard is? Would that be right?
Yeah.
It's the other side of the road.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And that's the Newtown Crossroads there is where the road closure is going to be. I'm putting a roundabout in.
Yeah, they're putting a roundabout just kind of nearly across the road from the graveyard, I think, somewhere there.
And that brings it all the way down to the docks. Is that where we are?
Well, it's going to join up with eventually it's going to join up with the first phase of that road at Ballymakenny, like.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah. It is a good news story. It is positive, isn't it? Like, for us.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's another step forward, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's massive. It's massive for the town as well, just trying to get all those HGVs and all the trucks off the roads. I mean, I spent 40 minutes there. I had to stop off on the Dublin Road, and coming down the Dublin Road and getting to the Bullring, I must have been 20 minutes sat at the Bullring waiting to get across with the lights and all the fucking trucks coming down Mary Street and all that. It's an absolute shit show, and it drives me crazy. Sometimes you get home quicker on the motorway and then you realise, right, I'm going to be sat in traffic here for probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes sometimes on the Dublin Road. It's a disaster. But I know they have to build sort of a flyover the railway line. Isn't that the crack as well that's involved in phase 3? Because they have to cross railway lines.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, to link up with the first bit of the road, yeah.
Yeah, and that's fairly important apparently. But it's great to see the money and obviously, look, we still don't know the situation there with, you know, what the time span and the time frame is, but there's no going back now. Like, once all the infrastructure's in, there's no more excuses. Like,
no, and we'll really see what these new owners are like.
Yeah, we will. And, you know, we've been saying it for ages too. Like, it is part of the master plan. They want to build a new stadium, and they've said that from day one. And we've been talking about this for what, 25, 30 years at this stage. You know, I don't know, is it that long? But like, obviously, going back to the heyday, it was all new stadium, and it just went on and on and on for decades and decades. And, you know, it would just be amazing to see the first sort of, you know, the first spade going in the ground in the name of a new stadium would be incredible. Like,
yeah. So wasn't it the last time with the grants, we just went ready? Wasn't that the case?
Yeah, I don't think we were ready to put planning in for it, I think, because of the access. Look, with that road being built and stuff.
Yeah, there was nothing got to do with not being rejected or anything. When giving them money, it just we went at that stage. It
wasn't even rejected. It was kind of given a provisional yes, but you're not ready, so you're kind of in the pipeline.
Yeah, you were put into there was kind of categories of what's the word? Kind of importance, I suppose. You know what I mean? Like, Finn Harps were ready, Bows were ready, Sligo Rovers were ready, and we were kind of relegated to tier 2 of, you know, you'll be in the next round of funding you should be ready for that. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, it would be nice to get something from the club, wouldn't it? If the club come out with something now. So that's a good move.
Do you know what? It was a bit of a kick in the nuts that time, though. It was like your man, local TD from Stameen, Bourne was Minister of Sport at the time, and I know, Thomas Bourne. I just remember everybody sort of freaking out, going, "Fucking hell! If we can't get it now, and he's Minister for Sport, how are we going to manage?" But look who's Minister for Sport now. He's not exactly fond of us. Hopefully, he's gone by the time we apply for it.
Yeah, with a bit of luck.
Yeah, yeah. But he couldn't do that. He couldn't hold a grudge like that.
No, but Jesus, Richie, some of the stuff he came out with was insane. He is a bit nuts.
He is, and you know what? I wouldn't say he's attended a League of Ireland game since that night.
No.
No, he hasn't. Not a
No.
chance.
No.
Yeah. So, no, look, it was, as I said, it was never that we were rejected back then. It was just, we weren't ready. So hopefully now this is what we were waiting for, and will have us ready.
Yeah, no, big time. I just wanted to bring that up because I'm not sure a lot of people seen that. I think it only came out today, but so look, fucking fingers crossed.
I actually feel this is the closest we've ever been.
It feels like it.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
Like, everyone's just going to be lining up for it. Like, from what I've been hearing within the club, from a few people, this is what they are aiming for. This is what these want. Massively, you know.
It's what we all want. It's what we all need. I mean, the town needs it. It would be just massive for the area to have, a municipal stadium and everything that comes with it. Like, it would be absolutely incredible. The only thing that kind of worries me at the moment is it's how expensive everything's getting. Because even if you put planning permission in and you apply for a grant, and it takes you a year or so to start building the thing, the price of it just goes through the roof. It's just like the fucking children's hospital and loads of other building projects in this country. It's crazy, like. It's the worst time ever to be trying to build something.
Yeah.
Even the price of concrete, I think, is going through the roof, like.
Yeah, sure. I built an extension in my house, man, and fuck me, the price was just crazy compared to doing builds before. Previous builds, like, you got half what you were looking for the same money. It's crazy. But, look, we can't be looking at the downside of it. We just have to, fingers crossed, and hopefully we can pull this one out of the bag, because this would be absolutely massive.
It would be a big game changer.
Yeah, it really, really would. Right, lads, I hate to do this, but we're going to have to talk about football. I suppose just to put it out there, that was the first half the other night was as bad as I've seen in years. In my opinion, I thought it was absolutely fucking horrendous. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, it'd be hard to disagree with you, in fairness. It was bad.
Come on,
yeah, it was fairly it was like, but geez, I've seen this a lot worse over the years, but definitely this season is probably the worst we've played. In the first half. Second half's a bit of an improvement, but we actually had two decent chances in the second half, but the first half was shocking.
Do you know what, Owen? I didn't really see anything in the second half either, to be honest with you.
I thought we were a lot better second half. Yeah,
look, maybe I was just so frustrated from the first half. I was probably still just fuming with it, that way. But it's a while since I've seen us so spineless.
But yeah, that's a great word for describe the first half anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought we made no attempt whatsoever to try and win that game. I don't know what.
It was always going to be tough against them, but yeah, I do get what you were saying there. They're a bit rudderless, like.
Yeah. As I said to you the other night, the three of us were talking at the end of the game, but you see other clubs come up there and they have a go, have a crack. Right, and I'm not saying, do they win? Probably not. But they have a go. I just not felt
we didn't really lay a glove on them in the first half at all.
They didn't lay a glove on them on. And that was so disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you're saying there, Owen, like you've seen us play a lot worse over the years, but you haven't seen us play a lot worse with some of the caliber and quality of player that we have on that pitch. And it absolutely amazes me how some of them, when they put that jersey on and cross the white line, forget how to pass a fucking football 4 yards. Because I just could not get my head around what was going on the other night. Like, Pats just absolutely ran us ragged at times. When you see the build-up for the first Pats goal, the amount of passes, and nobody, and I mean nobody, laid a glove on them. Nobody got close to them. There was no aggression in us. There was no desire. There was no want. It was just absolutely toothless. And it looked like a team that's completely shot of confidence and devoid of ideas. And it looks like a team that if they continue like that we're getting relegated and we'll deserve to be relegated. On that 45 minutes the other night, it was absolute dog shite. And we will go down if we keep playing like that. And we'll deserve it.
Yeah, at the minute the way things are going, we're only going one way. We are. Two things, Sligo and Waterford ain't much better either. But they seem to be showing a bit more fight at the minute than us. Now, I'm not saying fight in that, like, you can never accuse these players of not trying. I think they'll always put in an effort, but
I disagree, Richie.
yeah, well, I'm not saying effort, but like, I don't think they go out in pubs to lose. I don't think any player would do that. But when I mean effort, I mean they'd be brave to get on the ball and to try stuff and to take the game to an opponent. We don't do that. These players are not doing that. Like, where you can run all you want and you can put a tackle in and win a header. That only gets you so far. They're not brave enough, so they're not, as a team. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. But like, go on, sorry.
No, just agreeing with him.
But like, it's just so baffling, lads, that as to, you know, the position we're in and the noise around the football club at the moment and the way everyone's talking about it and all that. Like, you know, you would have thought that we would have went into that Pats game the other night, like, with just this desire not to concede and a desire to just put it up to them and just defend for our lives. Because I don't think we were ever going to have loads of the ball. And I don't think we were going to create a load of chances and blah, 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 blah. But just go there and be our old selves. Be like who we were last season. And just go there and really just put in that, like, maximum effort. But we didn't see that. We just seen Pat strolling around the pitch with the ball, taking the piss out of us. It was embarrassing. And you're looking at players kind of giving out to each other and looking at each other and all that. And then you hear Kevin's interview. And that was baffling, listening back to that interview, lads. He's like, what did he say? I don't put players out on the pitch to forget how to pass the ball to each other. This kind of thing. And we're not doing that in training. Do people think we're doing that in training? You know, he says, we've got some good footballers that can pass a football. I mean, Jesus wept. Like, we're talking about the most rudimentary skill here. You know, give me the ball. But there was just nobody looking for the ball the other night. And if they were looking for the ball, they were in the wrong position. And it was dreadful.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And that's the point I was trying to make. I think they're not being brave enough as a team. They're nearly hiding from it.
Yeah, and that's just a team probably low on confidence, and that's, as Greg said earlier, like, they kind of need to be a bit braver, but just need something to get going for them to kind of kick them a bit, I think. Whether that's a couple of new bodies in, or I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't think this is changing until the transfer window. Like, we've got 3 more games before this transfer window. And I'll guarantee you the next 3 games is going to be like this. I just can't see us improving in the next 3 games.
You can't even foresee the attitude of the players and the organisation and just not giving away stupid shit. You can't foresee that changing at all, because that, to me, that's unacceptable as well, Richie, with what we have. I know we need to bring in extra bodies, But what we can put out on the pitch is way better than what we're seeing. We've been saying this now for months. Like, we've got some proper little footballers in that side. Lads, and we've got lads that can get goals from all over the pitch, and, you know, defensively we were rock solid at one point, and now all of a sudden we've gone to shit. So to me, there's something else at play there. What is going on?
So
You know?
are you saying this is on the players, or is this on tactics from the management?
Well, like, you tell me. Like, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. What was the tactic the other night in the first half? Say, especially, what was the tactic? What way were we trying to set up?
Yeah, I know. So we actually did nothing. That's what I'm saying. You couldn't see anything from us. There was
No.
nothing about us. Nothing about us. And I am disappointed we're gone back to a back three. Like, that didn't last long, did it? The 4-3-3.
That wasn't working either, really, was it?
Well, we went and we beat Shelbourne up in Talca Park, playing the 4-3-3.
We did, yeah. I don't know whether it's that down to that or not, though.
Yeah, was it just them being shit at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm slagging aside, but I just, yeah, like, we're at the minute we're a team trying to get wins. We need wins. Like, draws are no good anymore. Like, we can't just keep drawing. So we need wins, and we're still playing a 5 at the back. Like, we've no ambition to win a game at the minute. So, like, it's not really not trusting them in a 4-3-3 to go and do it. That's why he has to drop back to a 5 to try and protect us. But even at 2-0 down, we're still playing a 5 at the back. He ain't winning the game 2-0 down playing 5 at the back.
And right, like, just the makeup of the 5 at the back, lads. What was that about?
Yeah. So what? You had the Badge, Healy and Leo Boney.
Yeah, and then the two boys either side.
Shane Farrell there, who's a midfielder.
What the fuck are you doing playing Shane Farrell there?
Mm.
I didn't get that at all. And there was nothing, it didn't show anything. Oh, here's my idea. I'm going to put Farrell here and this will work or that will work. Nothing worked. And then you bloody Cruz coming off injured.
Yeah.
We were crying out for him to start the game the week before and thinking, oh, it would have been better if Cruz had been there. And then he comes on and he wasn't doing much anyway. He got absolutely skinned by James Brown for their first goal. It was about the 15th pass in a row, and then Brown just turned them and in and bang. But I don't know. And like the two goals, there was a Keane Levy with the first goal. I mean, he's a little bollocks. I think that's his third or fourth against us this year. But you just can't give him that kind of space and allow him to be taking shots from where he was taking them from. You just can't. We've not learned our lesson. It's just ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
We're not learning lessons.
Who?
Sorry?
What was that you said?
I just said we're not learning lessons from week to week. You think, right, you know, we're going to go into the next game and it'll have to be an improvement because it can't get any worse. And then it just gets worse.
It is getting worse. Yeah, it is. Like, every game it just seems to be something fucking worse, doesn't it?
Really, really does.
Yeah. I understand, right. He played Shane Farrell in the Watford game, wasn't it, at full back? But that was forced upon him because a few of the boys got food poisoning and injuries and that. And that's okay, that happens. But I don't agree with sticking up and playing him there.
Absolutely not.
Like, what must Conor Kane be thinking? I'm being dropped here for a midfielder. This is my position. Like, I'm not even being dropped for another full back. I'm being dropped for a midfielder.
So say if you start Cruz and Kane as your wing backs, who's going to cover them? It's injury.
What do you mean if they're injured?
If they both start the one game, who's going to cover if one of them has to come off?
Yeah, well, you have a Baji can play full back.
But then you need another centre half. Did we have another centre half on the bench?
Yeah, well,
We Bulger and Quinn again. Don't know how fit they are though.
yeah. And like that's the thing as well. Maybe like we don't know. Maybe are these players not fully fit still? Is this the problem?
Possibly, yeah.
But it's a bit of a mess, lads. Let's be honest. We don't have a settled team every week.
No, it's too much chopping and changing. But a lot of that's down to injury. But yeah, it doesn't help.
It is down to injury. I mean, we have been very unfortunate, but I still be a believer you play players in their proper positions.
Jacob,
I felt sorry for Mark Doyle the other night.
how come?
Ball's getting pumped into him, like expect him to hold it up. It's not his game, like.
Mm.
We actually don't have a player, do we, own like that? We actually don't have a player that can pump a ball into that's going to hold it.
Not really. Darry's probably the only one, but he only got 20 minutes.
Yeah. And we keep doing it. We keep pumping balls from defence, from midfield, up to a forward line, expecting them to hold it. Like, it's so predictable. Every time we kick the ball away the other night, you just knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's happened every game.
Yeah, another player who we were sort of dying to see back in the team was Ethan O'Brien, and to me, I don't know whether it's a fitness thing because I know he hasn't played an awful lot of football, but he was absolute shite as well.
There's a whole lot of them, right? He didn't get much help beside him either.
No, he didn't. Ryan was poor. Fucking Godden. I don't know. You just go through the team and just literally just give them all a mark out of 10, and there's not one of them I thought played well. I thought Kavanagh in the second half, couple of set piece deliveries, and then he had a shot from a free kick was decent. We had a couple of good efforts, and it was hilarious because, you know, the keeper pulled off a couple of really good saves, and you're thinking, imagine this had ended in a draw. It would be the most fucking absolute daylight robbery ever, like.
Yeah. But at the minute, we don't even feel like we have any hope, don't we now? We don't even have that bit of hope that we might get something from this game.
No.
Now, I know we predicted it here last week that I said we could get a point at 1-1. I probably never really believed the lads. I was going up there on the way up like, Jesus, lads. Not a chance.
No, I didn't think we had much chance anyway, but I would have expected a bit of a better performance.
Yeah, we're not getting that on.
No.
We're not even being dogged. Right, we might be playing shit, but right, you'll always be dogged, and we're not even that.
Well, that's what we all said, I think, last week, and that it was said on the bus on the way down, and then I met you in the ground, and it's just, right, I'll take a loss if we can put in a really good performance and Pat's get a jammy goal, or, you know what I mean? That we're just not played off the park and embarrassed. And I actually felt a little bit embarrassed the other night. I thought it was embarrassing. I just thought this is getting to the point now where we're just looking like whipping boys.
Yeah, we are.
It felt like a couple of years ago where you knew, you know, we're getting a hiding here.
Yeah.
You know, and I think...
No, else it feels like, it feels like every team's us as this week's fixture, 3 points for that.
Oh, yeah.
No problem. I seen a couple of fucking predictions online before the game, and it was one that we had Pats 3, Drogheda 2, and somebody goes, "You really think Drogheda scoring 2 against Pats?" And I said, "This is what fucking other fans are thinking of us at the minute. We really are." And I guarantee you Watford and Sligo are thinking the same. We've drawn it this week, 3 points, and that's how far we've dropped this season.
Yeah, I agree, and you couldn't argue with a Watford or a Sligo fan if they were going into a game full of confidence, thinking this is Drogheda, we're going to beat them, because there's only so many ways I can say how shit we are. Like, you know what I mean? We're just toothless. There's nothing there. We're not carrying a threat. Now again, right, here we go on. You can come at me with a stat maybe. We have scored some goals and all that, but away from home, It just, yeah, I'm fucking speechless actually as to how fucking bad it was and how annoyed I was at half time. I just thought this is only going one way. Did you look at the goals again, lads, and the highlights?
Yeah.
No.
I did. I
Man,
fucking did.
I did also.
Their first goal on, I mean, Jesus wept. They must have passed the ball 15 or 16 times and not one draw of the player got a sniff of it. They were just tapping it in and around us. Bang, 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 bang. Out to Brown, in, Levy, outside the box, bang. Bottom corner, and you're like, for fuck's sake. And then the Elbouzedi goal, he was out on the left-hand side and he cuts in and just glides in front of about 4 players, again, outside the box, bang, bottom corner. It looked like fourth division stuff, you know what I mean, from us. It really looked like a fourth division side.
Yeah, and at the minute it's really men against boys, every team we play.
Yeah.
Because, at the minute we're not even bullying teams. We're not even competing with them.
We can't get near them. They're just passing the ball through us.
Yeah, and I find this hard to say now, but at the minute, we are the worst team in the league, lads, at the minute.
Oh, we are. Without a doubt.
At the moment, we are. It's so bad, and this transfer window is going to make or break this season.
When you go back, Richie, and you look at our last 3 away games in Dublin, Tala, we were played off the park. Bowes, we were absolutely played off the park, and the other night we were destroyed. And we came back into it in the second half and had a couple of half chances from set pieces because we could not create a chance from open play to save our lives. And it didn't even look like we were trying. It just, all what it looks like is we're trying to hoof the ball up, we're trying to win a second ball, and then we're looking for a set piece. Set piece. That's it. And that's the only place where our chances are coming from.
Yeah. And you know what? I think everybody's frustrated because we know there is good players now. We're not saying these are bad players. I actually think we have good players in our squad. We would have seen a lot worse over the years, lads. Let's be honest. But at the moment, we have good players in the squad, but it's not happening. There's something going wrong somewhere. And I think that's the frustrating side of it.
Yeah, we've all seen good sides get relegated over the years as well, Richie. You're thinking these are too good to go down, or we're nowhere near too good to go down. We've got some good players, but there's no cohesiveness. There's no team there. Doesn't seem to be.
No.
Is it? But I know again, we've been talking about this for weeks. We can't keep just putting this down to individual hours the whole time. There is individual hours, but those 2 goals the other night, I mean, right, take it as this as well, right? It's Pats. They have some great players. Keane Levy's a great player. He played for Ireland 2 weeks ago. So obviously, the guy has potential to probably play outside of this league at some point, and I imagine he will. Your man Elbouzedi has played outside of this league, and only for injury he probably still would be. I mean, they're 2 fairly classy players for League of Ireland, but we just seem to have so much respect for them that we're not, there's no one getting in there. There's nobody fucking getting tight to them. There's nobody fouling them even. You know what I mean? We didn't even do that the other night. You know what I mean?
One exception to that was Buckner.
Yeah, Buckner, when he came on.
He's absolutely smashed Forrester.
Brilliant. Elbow in the head.
Yeah, a bit more of that actually be nice, eh?
Yeah, big fucking time.
Yeah, but I mean, is that all it's missing? A bit more fight. I think we're missing a bit more.
You start.
Yeah, I don't think a team in the position that we're in at the moment and the way things are going for us can be so passive. We have to be more aggressive. We have to be fucking. And I'm not talking about going in there and, throwing elbows into Chris Forrester's head every time. And I condone that, absolutely. I think it was great, fair play to him, because he's a right little prick. And he tried to do his little dink then, and Conor Kane booted it off the line, and I was delighted about that, because the minute he came on, I just turned around to Owen Rejoin and went, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go, this bollocks always scores against us. And seconds later, he had his opportunity, you know. But,
He's a hateful cunt.
huh?
He's a hateful cunt.
Yeah, he's a fucking scumbag. But I do feel like, again, I'm not saying, we're not asking for players to be going out there throwing digs, but we're asking for them to be going out there and being like really, really physical and putting it up to teams. You know, you're in a game here. This is Drogheda United. We're not going to roll over here, but we just rolled over the other night. We rolled over and got our bellies tickled. Like, you know what I mean? Here you go, boys. You have the points. We're not even going to put up a fight. And is it because we don't have the quality to be able to play football? Kev disagrees, because in Kev's interview he's saying he doesn't know why they're not playing football. So, you know, that throws the cat among the pigeons there to a lot of people who'd like to see Kevin out the door. Right? You know, it's his style, it's his tactics. According to him the other night, that's not our tactic. Our tactic was he wanted to go out there and try and play some football. So I'm very confused.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
you're not telling them players, Kevin, to boot that ball up into the stands every 5 minutes, or not look for a pass. Just you're not telling them that. You're telling them that you want us to play the ball on the ground. It's very confusing. There's mixed messaging here.
It is, because at the minute they are booting the ball into touch. They are booting the ball straight to their centre halves. So is that the players doing that by themselves? Going against Kevin Doherty's tactics? Is that what's happening? So he's saying, I want them to pass the ball more. Well, we're not.
Right, well, if that is the case, Richie, that dressing room is a very weird place to be. Because if the players are listening to that interview, and you can guarantee that they do hear his interviews, they're going, what's he on about? He's telling us to play in a certain way, and we're doing what he's asking us to do. It's obviously not working, and then he's fucking hanging us out to dry in interviews, because that's what he more or less did the other night. He hung the players.
He probably did a little bit, yeah.
I think he did a lot. He more or less said, "I don't ask my players to go out and do that. Like, why are they doing that? They pass the ball around in training like that. Why are they playing like that? You know what I mean? That's hanging. That's getting hanging from your manager, if you ask me."
Yeah.
And that makes the whole scenario a little bit more worrying. Is there a disconnect now between Kevin and the team on the pitch when he's coming out and saying things like that in interviews?
Yeah, it doesn't look good anyway, let's be honest. It doesn't look good.
No, it really, really doesn't.
Now, I've always said it here, like, I never think we're 3 or 4 players short of a team that can retain the ball. Like, we need another 2 or 3 players, all players, and I always say this, that keep the ball. Like, when you go like to Pats and that, and the way the Rovers are bows, you can't just keep kicking it back to them. It doesn't work. You have to be able to keep the ball. You have to take a bit of pressure off your defence, off your keeper, get a breather, keep the ball up in the other half. We've never done that this season, lads. Not once. We haven't even done it against Watford or Sligo.
So when you say that, Richie, like, right, the obvious one is, we've been saying this for weeks, we need a number 9, we need somebody that can hold the ball up top, right? That's a given. So if we're saying 3 or 4, the other 3 are obviously midfielders. We need to bring in 3 midfielders. We already have, 4 or 5 of them, and they're not doing the job. So we're talking about players getting dropped here.
Yeah. Well, like,
does Shane Farrell get dropped? Does Ethan O'Brien get dropped? Does Godden get dropped? Who's going to make way when these players come in?
Probably all of them.
All of them. Yeah, we can't. There's no way we're replacing our whole midfield mid-season. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, like, what is your 2 opinion on our midfield? Now, like, I'm actually taking Ryan out of this equation, because I don't think that's what we'd expect from Ryan. I think Ryan is just a player that can sit there and control the game for us. What we need is another 2 players ahead of him that can get on the ball, retain it into your number 9, get it out wide, look for it off your centre halves. Like, We don't have that. Like, is Ethan O'Brien the answer?
Owen.
Come on.
I didn't hear. You're a bit muffled there. I couldn't hear you.
I'm saying, is Ethan O'Brien the answer in midfield?
He could be part of it, yeah. Obviously he's had his fitness issues and injuries and stuff, so we probably haven't seen the best of him for a while since before the injury. So, look, I know we've all been fairly negative tonight, but there's still a long way to go this season. There's a lot of games you can turn it around. Get a few bodies in. Like, we're 7 points clear of Waterford.
Right, that's kind of was Owen. And do you reckon this team at the minute can turn it around without any new signing?
If they play like they did the first half Friday, no, we wouldn't know. Things can change. Again, like lads, maybe not fully fit, back to fully fitness, but they will have to change their attitude. I think of it going forward.
Oh, big time. And I'm definitely not doubting these players. I've said it before. I think that they are good players. I think there's good players in that team, but they're not doing it, Owen. They're not showing up.
Yeah, that's
every Friday night.
Need some sort of kick up the hole or something.
Yeah, and there's no point coming off after every Friday night and we tried this and we tried that. They're not doing it. They're just not doing it. Like, I've seen Brandon Kavanagh the other night he had to go into our 18-yard box to pick a ball up to try and spread the play. That's your number 10. That's your creative midfielder that you're looking to get things going, and he's doing that in our box. So time we ran back, got the ball, played it wide. So he ain't getting up the other end of the pitch to receive it back. So,
yeah, look, lads, like, to be totally honest with you, I know we get a bit of stick from time to time from people because we're not critical enough and we don't call people out and all that. But if we go through that midfield, say like Shane Farrell, you know, if we were to give them sort of marks out of 10, as to, obviously Farrell wasn't in the midfield the other night, but in general, if we to go through that kind of spine of the team and go like Ryan Brennan, Kavanagh, Ethan O'Brien, Jago Godden, you know what I mean? You're not giving a lot of these players. Kavanagh, maybe, as you said, I think he's one of the most hard-working players we've got, but he ends up having to work hard in the wrong area of the pitch, as you said. We don't want him having to do that, because that's just taken away from his game then. You know, it's crazy, but if we were to go through a lot of these players and give them sort of, say, you know, mid-season marks out of 10, I mean, you're not giving any of them above a fucking 4, if you ask me.
No.
You're really not. So but we keep saying, Richie, and you keep saying it as well, and I've said it, like, they are good players, they're good players, but good players play consistently well. I know there's injuries, you have to consider that. Godden was out, he was injured. Ethan O'Brien's been injured. You know what I mean? But Shane Farrell, Ryan Brennan and Kavanagh probably have been below their levels. Like, they are decent players. There's people giving out about Kavanagh, and Pat's fans saying, I'm glad he's gone. He was just too inconsistent. He just wasn't doing it on a consistent level. Like, that's a massive problem with us. No player has kind of grabbed the mantle and just come out every week and performed. I know it's hard to perform consistently in a team that's terrible, and that's pretty much what we are, and I've got no problem saying it, but, like, you know, it's chicken and egg situation. Is it because we're terrible and then other players are just drifting out of games and finding it really hard to be productive in a game? Or is it because certain individuals aren't, you know, football's a team game. Obviously it's 11 men, but if you've got one or two players that are consistently playing at a really high level, it just drives the whole team up. But we've nobody doing it this year.
No.
Nobody. Defensively as well, we've been shite.
Yeah, we have been, but, like, the amount of pressure on our defence every week, like, they're constantly defending for 90 minutes. That's the point I'm trying to make. We don't have the players are not retaining the ball long enough to give your Keeley a breather, to give your keeper a breather. As your centre half can say, right, we have the ball up the other end of the pitch for a couple of minutes. they're going to keep the ball. They're constantly defending for 90 minutes. Ball after ball. Kick it away, it's back on top of you. Kick it away, it's back on top of you.
Yeah.
Constant running after lads, players running in behind them. To me now that comes down to the midfield area. Like, these players are not retaining the ball from us. Like, Farrell's not doing it in midfield. Godwin's not doing it. O'Brien, I still don't think is doing it. He is good. He's capable of it, but he's not doing it. He's not taking the game with the balls, lads. None of them are.
And you think you left Ryan out there? Do you think Ryan's doing it?
I do think Ryan's doing it, yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not just saying that because he's local and that, but I do. Look at the Watford game, lads. He dragged us through that game single-handedly on his own. Only for him that night. Oh, and as I said, I don't expect Ryan to go out and bloody getting the ball every minute and control it. Like, Ryan does what Ryan does. He can sit down midfield, he'll organise stuff, he'll do the simple thing. We need another two midfielders in there with him, getting on the ball, creating stuff, doing that work for him.
Do you think, like, ironically, and I know when he was here, a lot of people give out about him, but we're missing somebody like Gary Deegan in there. That was just such this calm presence. And I know he passed the ball backwards more often than not, but we retained possession of the football a lot more when he was in there.
Yeah, and plus as well, the amount of bollockings he used to give in 90 minutes.
A fucking leader, like.
A leader, yeah. You know.
Do we have that at the minute? Do we have players that are... Even Keeley was very quiet the other night.
Yeah, he seems very frustrated, doesn't he?
He does. Doesn't seem himself.
No.
And that's worrying. I mean, he's your captain. You want him out there absolutely bollocking and barking at people and, you know, directing people and telling people where to be and, you know, doing what he's been doing up to quite recently, but he just doesn't seem to be doing it for me.
No.
I'm not blaming him for anything that happened the other night, goals wise, because I don't think they were his fault, but, you know.
He was off the pitch for the second one, yeah.
Yeah, which is another point. He was off the pitch longer than he should have been.
Yeah, he's only meant to be off a minute, I think, but I think it was longer than that, yeah.
It was 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, and like, there was a lot of discussion about that rule, wasn't it? The other night in the stand.
Well, the referee apologised to Kevin, lads.
So, is the rule now, is it 1 minute off or until the ball goes out of play?
60 seconds.
60 seconds, yeah.
Or goes out of play and go back on?
I don't know. I haven't read it, but as far as I knew, it was a minute and then you're back on.
Well, why was he off for 2 minutes 10 then?
Because the ref got it wrong.
Really?
And he ended up apologising to Kev.
You sound surprised the ref got something wrong, Richie, in this league.
No, but look, as I said, yeah, we've been locking down that road, lads. But just talking to a few lads in the stand the other night, a few of them are saying us, right, it's either a minute, but if the ball doesn't go out, like they were saying the referee was waiting for the ball to go out or play, and then he could come back on.
Oh, well, it must be 60 seconds, Richie, and then you're allowed to come back on regardless of the ball going out of play. Because if that's the case, you could be off the pitch for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
I'm going to look it up now here. Just give me a sec.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was a lot of discussion about it the other night in the stand. Nobody really knew what the rule was.
Well, here, look, let's call a spade before you actually tell us on, right? Wouldn't have made any fucking difference if he was on the pitch or not. They were going to score.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you
maybe not at that instant, though. That's the thing, but yeah.
I think we're grasping at straws. If we're trying to, that was the ref's fault. Yeah, right. It was the ref's fault that we were absolute dirt. No way.
If we're play stopped for an injury assessment or treatment, the player will be required to leave the field and remain off for 1 minute before returning, subject to the referee's permission.
Right.
As the rule doesn't apply to a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So it's got nothing to do with a ball when it'll play then from to go back on.
No,
it's same as previously. Waved them on, like.
Yeah.
But they have to wait a minute.
Fuck, that was some cock up, wasn't it?
So
Yeah.
the ref left it. The ref left it for 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and I was watching Kevin like a hawk at that point. Kevin just stood there with his arms folded, talking to the fourth official, and he was as calm as anything. And I'm thinking, wow, he's very, very calm here. This is very strange. I know he obviously doesn't want to get another sending off, and I'd say he was absolutely fuming, but you could see that there was a lot of talk going on between the fourth official and Kev and Keely. He was actually chatting away to a man as well, going, what's going on? And the fourth official was just standing there basically saying, I'm waiting for the referee to wave you back on. I'm waiting for the referee to wave you back on. And it took 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So that went into the third minute, and it's meant to be 60 seconds. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, surely you could just have it up to the fourth official. He times it.
Yeah.
He talks to the ref on the radio, say, right, number 22, whatever, is coming back on. Ref acknowledges grand.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have to be waving your hands at the ref to fucking let them back on, like.
No, it really is backwards, isn't it, when it comes to football referees, and it really is. Like, when you look at all other sports, how they deal with stuff, like football really is way behind.
These new
Just
rules.
out with the water breaks at the fucking World Cup, like.
Oh, it's a joke.
Crazy.
But you have to admit, lads, there's new rules kind of creep in every year, and you just don't see them implemented. Like the whole thing with the, goalkeepers getting 8 seconds to kick the ball away, and, a corner will be awarded to the other team, and all that kind of shit. You never see it. It never happens.
Yeah, I don't remember it happening in any of our games anyway.
Ever.
Or hearing of it in the league.
No, it has never happened, though. We would have heard. It would have been on the highlights, and people would have talked about it on other podcasts and all that. It has never happened. But lo and behold, there's a new law that comes in, and it was bloody implemented the other night, and implemented wrong. Just typical. And I'm not saying it would have changed the course of events. We were losing that game regardless, but it's just typical that it would fucking happen to us. But yeah, look, I really don't know what else to say with regards to that performance the other night. As we said, I think it was slightly improved in the second half. We went at them a little bit more, and it did seem to be a bit more desire and a little bit more hunger. But again, that just compounds the misery that why don't we start games? We cannot start the game. We haven't started a game in weeks and weeks, and looked, and put some sort of a consistent performance in. That's the word I'm looking for, and I've said it. For weeks now I've been saying it. We're so inconsistent. We're always shite in the first half, go in, Kevin does the fucking hairdryer, and we come out and we play better in the second half. I don't think we were that much better in the second half the other night, but we were a bit better, and we did offer up a couple of chances from set pieces and all that, and we could have nicked the goal, and we could have even nicked two, but it would have been an absolute joke, I think, if we got anything out of that game the other night. But like, where do we go from here, lads? Shells are home on Friday, and Shells are in good form. Thereafter, I think they haven't lost a game in 7 now.
Yeah. No, look, as you said, just like we can't even basically all the hope for is a corner or a free kick. Like, we need more than that. We need more. You can't just be dependent on that. It's like, to me, it's actually down to the players just not doing their job, just not showing up on a Friday night.
Right, but where do we, as you said, Richie, it's probably we've another 3 games before we can get any new bodies in. And even then, you're looking for miracles. You're looking to bring people in that probably haven't played a game in I don't know how long. If they're coming from England or wherever they're coming from, you know what I mean? They'll have had like 5 or 6 weeks sitting around, and you're looking to bring them into a squad and get them up to speed. And if they haven't played in this league before, getting them used to the way we play and getting them used to all the grounds and getting them used to that. It's a tough ask to bring in lads to hit the ground running, like. So between now and then, what do we need to do to try and not even win a game, but just not lose these games?
We need a bit more belief, don't we? The players need a bit more belief that they're capable of going toe to toe with a Shelbourne at home. Like,
I know we need a lot of belief, all right.
but like, I mean, a Shell's that good. Like, a Pat's that good. Like, they're not world beaters, like, lads. Let's be honest. They're good teams. They're good players. But they are beatable. Like, they're not prime Barcelona, prime PSV. They can't bet.
Well, we've already, let's look at the Shells game. We've already beaten them away from home. We bet them in Tolka. But we look a million miles away from the team that came out in the second half in Tolka, where we absolutely, just everything we hit went into the net that night. And I don't know, were we that good in the second half? We played a bit of ball. We kept the ball on the deck. We created stuff. We took our chances, and the chances went in. You know, we were defensively a bit iffy that night as well, because it was like a game of basketball at one point, but you kind of can't see even that in us at the moment after the other night.
No, and as Owen said earlier, they're definitely a team that's just playing like a team so low in confidence. It's rock bottom, isn't it, Owen?
Yeah, it's just, we just need something to go our way to kind of give the lads a bit of belief or something, but just don't know where it's going to come from at the minute.
It has to come from them, Owen.
Yeah. Well, look, come here, we could turn around and fucking win 2-0 on fucking Friday. I wouldn't be overly surprised either. Like, just the way we've been so up and down this year, like.
Yeah, but I still haven't seen a full 90 minutes where we've been good. Like, I'm fully expecting to see the same next Friday night. Start shit. They'll go 1-0 up. We'll end up chasing the game. Have a chance. But still maybe scrape a draw or I'll be bet. That's all I'm seeing at the minute.
Look, yeah, especially after last Friday, but like, we had a bad run of form early in the season as well. Like, we were 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We're winless in 9. We got a couple of wins and losses now. We're winless 1 2 3 4 5. Like, I think it's the way the league's so tight. A couple of wins here or there can push you up the table.
It can, yeah, of course it can, yeah, definitely. But can you see us winning 2 or 3 games in a row at the minute?
No.
No.
I really can't.
No, sure. I could say the same about most teams in the league, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just the nature of the league this year, there's not many teams going on 4 or 5 wins in a row. Like, it's just not happening.
No,
yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, it is a good point, but when you look at it, when you look at the stats, we are dreadful. Like, in comparison to, like, I know Sligo were absolutely battered the other night, but before that, when you look at the previous 4 or 5 games, they're in games. They're absolutely in games right up until the end. They're creating loads of chances, and they have possession of the football. They look like they're capable of getting something out of games. Like, apart from against Waterford.
You talking about Sligo?
Yeah, Sligo. Or Waterford, say, for instance, or Galway. Maybe not Sligo.
Hold on, Greg. Sligo lost 3-1 to Bows.
Yeah.
They lost 4-1 to Galway. And they bet Rovers 2-1. That's in their last 3 or 4 games.
Okay, maybe a bad example. Galway, or maybe Galway or Waterford. But they still don't look as bad as we do,
No.
Galway haven't won in a good few games either.
But they're still in games. We don't look like, apart from that's what I'm saying, apart from us playing against Waterford, where we look like we're actually in the game, because we shouldn't have lost that game down in the RSC only for a fucking stupid penalty that was never a penalty, and then a worldie against Waterford in United Park. We haven't looked in games. Like the games I gave you examples of there, Bows away, Rovers away in Tala, and then Pats away in Inchicore. We looked like a 4th division team. We looked that bad at times. Sligo, I don't know. I only watched the highlights, but Sligo, Waterford and Galway seem to be more in games, and they seem to be giving it more of a go and seem to have more about them than we do at the moment. That's my big worry. And we're going to get dragged down. We're going to get dragged down into this really quickly. So we are. Them 7 points will evaporate.
Maybe so.
In my opinion.
They could do, but you just don't know. They said we still have 16 games to go.
Yeah,
a lot of points at stake.
There is a lot of points, but I don't think there's been one game this season where we've actually took the game to the opposition, home or away.
First 10 minutes against Watford at home, we were 2-0 up, and then we just sat back and we soaked up a load of pressure. We won the game 2-0, but even that night, that was one of our best results all year, and we still gave the ball up.
We actually took it to Waterford away as well, and that horrible Monday night game. We were all over in the first 20 odd minutes. Yeah. And out of nowhere the fucker scored, and then obviously, as I mentioned already, the dodgy penalty, but just not doing it enough.
No, we're not doing it consistently. No. And I mean, our home record should be a lot better than what it is. It should be a lot. I just feel like last year we were so hard to beat at home. We were really on it.
Oh yeah.
I don't trust us now.
Yeah.
I just don't trust us in any game.
3 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses at home, man.
But, no, look, and I know, we're actually really negative, and this is probably the most negative I've been after last Friday night now all season, because I always have a bit of hope and belief, but after seeing last Friday, I'm really, really worried. And I at the minute, I just can't see that team turning it around at the minute.
I have to agree with you, Richie. I'm really down in the mouth after what I seen there the other night. And even going into this game against Shells on Friday, like, even if we put in a really good performance, I have no faith that we'll take that into the next game. I just don't see a consistency there. I don't see, that's all right. We've some sort of an identity now. This is how we're going to play. And, I'll take a good performance on Friday night. Even if we don't win it, even if we could draw the game, but just to go in there and put in a gutsy performance where we play some football and don't just surrender possession of the ball up constantly and boot it up to the centre halves all night for it to come straight back at us, because it's heartbreaking to watch. It really is. And that leads me on to another good point, and I think it was you that mentioned it, Richie, was the crowd down in Inchicore the other night? Because even in the highlights, there's a good crowd there. The draw the crowd in the stand is more or less full, and there's a good few behind the goal. But were we down on previous trips?
Yeah, definitely. I think we get something like 500 tickets for that away section. We didn't even hit 300 tickets for it. We were well short of it.
Are you sure about that? Because it didn't look like that.
There was 2 empty seats around us, lads. And I remember going up the path now not too long ago, and the cops come in and I told everybody to push up and fill all the seats.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that night?
Yeah.
It was empty the other night, lads, and behind the net wasn't full.
No, it wasn't. It certainly wasn't. But I didn't think it was as bad as you said it was. But that's not a good sign either, because people just don't want to. No. It's expensive to go up there. It was 22 quid into that ground, and then another whatever it is on the bus, and you know what I mean? It's a day or night, lads, especially when you're bringing a family or bringing kids, and I don't think people had any faith going to Inchicore the other night that we were going to get something from that game, and that's not good, because we don't want crowds to fall off. If people start sort of giving up on it, that's shit.
You can see it happening already, lads. There was a few regular heads that went there the other night in the away section.
There was.
And the home games are not selling out, lads. Last season, everything, on match day, they put up a post, sold out tonight, sold out. We're not selling out games. And I know, Owen, you'll always come back and say, look, it's holiday season, that, but I don't think it's that
I don't know. We'd be down anyway, but we're probably down a bit more.
Yeah.
Because of that as well.
And it's the crowd's very negative, home and away at the minute. It was toxic there the other night, lads, in the crowd. It was so negative.
Yeah, it was. It was horrible.
It was so negative. Even now, I know all the young lads go behind the net, and the ultras now. There wasn't a peep out of them, lads. It was very quiet.
Yeah, but I think they're protesting as well, because they're in the middle of a spat with the football club, and I think they deliberately did that. they sang a few songs at the beginning and then they were silent for most of it. So I'm not sure whether that's directly related to what's happening on the pitch and more what's happening between the owners and the ultras and all that. 'Cause there's definitely something going on there, but that's their business. I'm not really going to talk about that, but unless you want to. But yeah, look.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't be knocking the ultras. I would now. I think what the ultras bring to a match night, home and away, is brilliant. But they have to get back to what they were doing at the beginning. Like, I can see what's going on at the minute. I know what's going on. We probably won't get into it. But I think the ultras just need to get back into supporting the bloody team. Bringing the noise, bringing the songs with the drum. Like, leave the flares out of it. We don't need it.
Well, I agree. Look, we spoke to one or two of them in the pub the other night, and I mean, the main thing is you're a draw the fan first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not an ultras fan. You're not an ultra first and then a draw the fan. You're a draw the fan first. And like, I don't right. If you've got grievances and all that, talk to the football club and let's just, get everything out in the open. Because the main support doesn't want to get dragged into this, and it's going to be, if it's to the detriment of what's happening on the football pitch, which it is. I mean, if there's no atmosphere in the stands, and the ultras have taken it upon themselves to create the atmosphere. We used to do it years ago when there was no ultras. We used to be always singing songs and getting chants going and all that, but there's no point in doing that anymore because I'm too old to be doing it anyway, but that's their job. They've taken it upon themselves to do all that. So, if you're going to take that on board, lads, you can't just stop doing it because you're pissed off with the owners of the football club. That's not fair on the players, and that's not fair on Kev, and that's not fair on the rest of the support.
Yeah, and like I'm saying, and they are good at what they do. When
best in the country.
Yeah, like the ultras are good when they're good, when they're bad,
Yeah.
And like, we need them to be good. We need them to be bringing that atmosphere. And the players do react to it. The players do bounce off them.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't like to be up there on a Friday night without the ultras. That's the last thing I'd want. I think they brought it to a new level of what they do, and we need them back doing that.
Yeah, we do, but and I know this, the lads have to realise as well, and I know they do, that there's cameras up there now, and if you let off a pyro, you're going to get caught. And I know that somebody tried to tell me there was somebody banned for putting a sticker up in the ground, which I fucking laughed at. I thought that was funny. But unless the sticker was put over the camera or something, I don't know. But we've got to the point now where after the whole thing in Oriel Park, and a massive amount of damage done to the pitch and a huge fine for the football club and the amount of bad publicity, like, I think the ultras have to sort of bite their tongues here a little bit and go, look, well, lads, we fucked up. So, we're going to get it in the neck. Wait till next season and hopefully it'll be a clean slate next year and see what happens. But the last thing we need at the moment is for another split in the football club. There's enough off the field stuff has gone on all year, and we're after talking for the last hour how bad it is on the pitch. We don't need any sort of extra things going on off the pitch to make things even worse.
No. As I said, I am a fan of them, and we need them, but we need them doing the right things for the team.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
We're in it together, and just good to see them back and making all the noise, you know what I mean?
That's it. Right, lads, I think we've fucking gone as far as we're going to go there, really. We'll do the prediction for Shells on Friday night. I'll start with you.
4-0 to Shells, I'd say.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I know, we'll sneak a 1-0 win, I think.
Okay, what kind of performance? Do you want to give us your prediction on that one?
No, it's too inconsistent, I can't tell.
Richie?
Yeah, it just, and I was going to say, I'd like to see Luke down at the back of nets for this week, lads.
You would?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
What's your problem with Tally?
I don't think there's a problem with Tally as much, but I think Denison's the number one keeper, and he was the best keeper in the league last year.
He wasn't at the start of this year, though.
You what?
He wasn't at the start of this year, though.
Yeah,
No, not
yeah,
all down to him either, no, but the lads in front of him, but he was making some fairly schoolboy errors, like.
yeah, and so was the whole team, but they're all getting a second chance
Yeah.
to get back in the team.
But what's Tally done really wrong, like, since he's come in?
I just think Denison's more commanding in the box. I think he's more assured. Look, that's my opinion. Maybe others mightn't agree with it, but I'd like to see him back in the team.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, because some people reckon, like, I've heard people say like that, Taddy's shite and all that, like, but I don't really see any major errors he's had since he's come in, like, and especially it's a difficult time for him to come in.
Yeah.
Like, he's had a few wayward kicks, but Jesus, Denison's.
Yeah.
Denison playing for Leinster, he's kicking for touch that much, like.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just talking the other night about it at the past game. A few of us were saying it as well. That's just my opinion. I'd just like to see him back in the team, but I don't think he will. Like, is he injured or not? Because he takes part in a warm up every week, lads.
He's on the bench, isn't he?
Yeah. So, like, how much?
So he's definitely not injured.
No. So, yeah. Look, I don't think it's going to make all that difference, but I just would like to see him. Predictions. I don't know, we're going to be better, lads. I think Shell will beat us Friday night. 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, I can't just keep predicting that we're going to get something. We're not. I hope I'm wrong, but I can't see it changing at the minute.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I'm also going to predict the Shells win, and I don't think I've done that for the whole time we've been doing this podcast. But I just cannot see, and I really hope I'm wrong. And if I do predict the Shells win and we win, I'll be predicting a Drogs loss every week after that. But yeah, 2-0 Shells, and I'd say we'll be absolutely backs to the wall, defending our bollocks off for the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, just hoping for a free kick or a corner.
Because there's one thing Shells can do, and that's play ball. They're defensively a bit ropey at times, but they've got some absolute ball players in that team, and they're after getting a good few lads back from injury and all that. Meepo's back, and the man with the dreads that was with Cork City, I can't remember his name. They're after getting a lot of lads back, and they're coming into this after beating Rovers. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd want to be a brave man to be confident going into this game.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Now, we know and this is all from last Friday night, and it's so negative at the minute. Everything's just, there's nothing positive at the moment.
No.
Nothing.
He's actually going to go to the game, lads.
We'll be there.
Yes.
I'd say Richie, stay at home, watch Love Island or something.
I just record that on Sky Plus.
I was going to say something I shouldn't there anyway. You were going to say something, Richie?
No.
We'll leave that one there. Does anyone want to add anything before we go, lads?
Just mentioned, just see today, Lucan United appointed Darius Kieran's as manager.
Oh yeah.
So he'll be in the dugout for the cup game.
And a couple of Drogheda lads signing for Lucan as well, is the rumour.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it'd be a bit of a local flavour to them. But even like Dave Webster plays for them, as far as I know, or he was.
Yeah, he is.
But they have a few ex-League of Ireland players, so they're entering the National League, so the third tier when's it starting, September or something. So
does Jake Hyland play for them as well, lads?
No, he played against them in the last round, I think.
There's another ex-Drog, I think, there as well. There's Webster and one other, I can't remember who it was. I know, won't come to me, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm delighted for Darius. I know Darius, he's a good fella. So fair play to him.
Yeah, he's a good lad, Darius.
Dundalk legend. Fuck's sake. Anyway, right boys, we're going to leave it there, and fuck me, fingers crossed.
I hope next week's podcast a bit more cheerful.
So
take some happy pills before next week.
if we lose, we're not doing a podcast. That's right. It's over. We're done. Right, go on. I'll talk to you.
All the best, boys.
Good.
Two before you're leaving. And the fishermen come, and the fishermen go, and the water gets dirty all the time. Pollution, pollution, it's killing all the fish, and it's hard to make a living on the point. Less than 20